So we're back. Welcome back, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Javier. I am a PhD student studying organizational leadership with a business consulting concentration at Northwest University in Kirkland, Washington. Now, this article was shared to me by a friend, and the original source of the article came from a magazine, a political magazine called The Weekly Standard, which is not a magazine that I subscribe to or necessarily agree with. But I thought the information from the article was important. As you saw from the intro, the article is titled So You're Getting a PhD by Charlotte Allen, and it was published November 16th of 2015. And I wanted to share a little excerpt from the article here. And the article says, all this means that every fall there's a desperate scramble among the young and highly credentialed to garner one of ever-diminishing entry-level tenure-track slots that still exist. A May 2014 report from the Modern Language Association, MLA, representing scholars in English and foreign languages asserted that every year about 1,000 new PhDs in those fields emerge to chase about 600 new job openings. The report didn't consider that the newbies are competing with the 400 leftovers who had failed to obtain a job during the previous year, plus all the leftovers in the job market from the years before that. Now, I know this article is geared more towards, like it says, English and foreign language fields, and I'm in business, which is a little bit different, but I thought the information was still important and relevant to me. So for those of you who don't know, I do teach a couple of courses at the university that I work for in the business department. And I really do enjoy the experience that I've had so far. I do enjoy being in the classroom. I'm not necessarily sure if that's something that I want to continue going forward. I am about 4 months in to my program right now. So it is exciting to kind of be a little bit further ahead than I was. I'm getting closer to completing up my first official year, which is really exciting. But I know it's still kind of far away, but it is important for me to think about that I could be entering a field right now where there are more candidates than jobs. And I know that phenomenon exists pretty much everywhere you can think of. I know it's not just unique to education, but it is something that I have to really consider and talk about, this idea that I could be putting myself at risk for not finding a job once I graduate. And I know in this day and age, experience does count. And if I've spent the last 4 years obtaining an education, and then 2 years obtaining my PhD, 2 years prior to that doing my master's, 4 years prior to that doing my bachelor's, I really don't have a ton of experience in the work field. I've been working in higher education about 4 years now. At the completion of my program, I'll have been working in higher education about 8 years, about 5 of those 8 years with some teaching experience. That is, if I continue to teach going forward. So it is the real possibility that I could be chasing a handful of job openings with a ton of qualified people. So it does kind of put into perspective of, why am I doing this? And obviously things like this or reading information like this does, kind of make me think, but it doesn't deter me from the fact that I still want to continue to pursue this degree. It doesn't scare me in any way. I know that obviously a couple of years from now things can be different and stuff, but it is just kind of more of a motivation for me to kind of set myself apart, to continue to do things that put me in situations to be successful, to make those connections with people, and see what this is all about. Obviously, I would love to, find a job at the completion of my program a couple of years from now, but I do have to understand that this is a highly competitive field, that the credentialing is important and the experience is just as important. So simultaneously working on those is something that I need to do and continue to research and continue to better myself in different aspects, not necessarily just in school and stuff, although I strive to give it my full effort in school and stuff. But it was just something I thought I'd share with you guys, that If 4 years from now, when I graduate, I become the unemployed PhD, just know that I knew the risks signing myself up for something like this. Ultimately, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope not to be the unemployed PhD, but it is something that is important for those of you who are thinking about pursuing a PhD. This isn't to deter you in any way, shape, or form. This is just information for you, just some things to think about, that you are entering a highly competitive field. And if you do have that PhD, it could deter future employers from hiring you. You might be overqualified for a simple position or anything like that. But I just thought it was some important information to share. Just a little bit of an update for school. Like I said, I'm a couple of months in. I'm finishing up. I finished up my first 2 courses a couple of weeks ago, and everything went really well. I've started my 2 new courses just this week, and then there'll be 11 weeks, and then I get a little bit of a break. And when I say a little break, I get about a week off, and then I continue on in January. So that's just a little bit of an update. Sorry I haven't been posting in a while and stuff. I'll try to be better about it and update you guys as best as I can. But yeah, thank you. I just wanted to quickly share about that, the unemployed PhD.